I farted inside. I farted inside the tank and the bubbles came up and kind of tickled my nuts. So that was cool.
Some people wrote that it was better than taking a crap load of MDMA spiked mushrooms.
And who doesn't like MDMA spiked mushrooms? This sounds like a really good time. You're naked. You're completely naked.
But it doesn't feel like you're naked.
Does it not feel like you're not naked?
Because you don't feel anything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then what if you have to pee? And that's the thing, if you have to pee, I'm just gonna pee. I'm gonna pee inside the tank and not say anything. So if you guys go to Newport Float Therapy, I'm gonna pee inside the tank if I have to. I'm just kidding, I won't pee in the tank. Maybe. So we're basically gonna lay ourselves in something that was a government experiment. This is like basically like a form of like waterboarding or like Chinese finger traps or tickle torture. This is terrible. I'm excited. Good morning, good morning. We are going to do some float therapy today, and we're going to a place called Newport Float Therapy. It's basically a sensory deprivation chamber. Yeah, it's like 80% Epsom salt solution. No light, no sound. They put the water at body temperature. So you're basically laying in water that is the same temperature as your body, so it's supposed to give you the feeling of weightlessness or floating. Obviously, we're not going to be eating inside of these tanks, so we're not going to taste anything. Taste, touch, smell, hearing. Oh, it's dark. I think I already said that. It's going to be dark, so you guys can't see anything. Not supposed to eat a whole lot of food. They said don't go in on a full stomach and don't have any caffeine, which somebody had caffeine already today. So she's probably going to be banging, having a panic attack, probably like a subtle anxiety attack in the tank next to me. So I'm pretty excited. We got to get out there and we have to get to this spot. We're going to be leaving probably in the next 15 minutes here. What'd you read about float therapy or deprivation, sensory deprivation chambers?
Well, according to NewYorkMagazine.com, some people wrote that it was better than taking a crap load of MDMA spiked mushrooms.
And who doesn't like MDMA spiked mushrooms? This sounds like a really good time. I think what I'm most excited about, feeling of like weightlessness or just being able to float effortlessly. What I'm not looking forward to, what I've heard, is if this shit gets in your eye, it's like hell. One float therapy tank costs $12,000 just for us to lay there in the dark. You could have just literally put us in like could have probably bought a coffin for less and just filled it with water.
Some of the armed forces within NATO as a means of interrogating prisoners within international treaty obligations.
Developed by NATO?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I also read that it was developed by like psychologists, which I guess could have been like psychologists for NATO.
Maybe they could, yeah. Maybe they were like scientists that work for NATO. So we're basically gonna lay ourselves in something that was a government experiment. This is like basically like a form of like waterboarding or like Chinese finger traps or tickle torture. This is terrible. I'm excited.
Sensory deprivation tank benefits include insomnia cures, relief from chronic pain, relief from anxiety, from depression. These reported benefits are possible without a doctor's visit, breaking a sweat, or filling any prescriptions, obviously.
You know, that's something I was talking about with one of my clients the other day. She works in the medical field. If you can avoid, I believe, this is just me speaking for myself, but if you can avoid taking a pill for anything, just do it. Exercise, sweat, eat better, start calling old friends, do something, anything, go float in a Chinese waterboarding torture tank. Anything that's gonna make you feel better than, you know, messing with your chemical balance.
Psychoanalytic researchers and neuroscientists use the tanks mainly to test effects on things like creativity, connection to others, and concentration. Some report that it gives a psychedelic experience. Communities promote floating as a way to promote spiritual awakeness, emotional breakthroughs, and enhanced clarity of mind.
Yeah, and then what if you have to pee? And that's the thing, if you have to pee, I'm just gonna pee. I'm gonna pee inside the tank and not say anything. So if you guys go to Newport Float Therapy, I'm gonna pee inside the tank if I have to. I'm just kidding, I won't pee in the tank. Maybe. I'm looking forward to feeling relaxed. You know, like when you take a really good yoga class, you like do an hour and a half of yoga and you have like this yoga high. I'm afraid of that I won't be able to relax my mind. We're 3 minutes away. This place is called Newport Float Therapy. So we are at Newport Float Therapy in Newport. And I want to take note of kind of how I feel. I'm super sore, my shoulders, my back, my glutes. Got a lot of residual soreness just from training, being on my feet all week. I'm very curious to see how I feel after. I don't feel super duper tense. I'm usually pretty relaxed in general, but just overall my level of soreness is pretty high. There's 700 pounds of dissolved Epsom salt in this water, so which is supposedly is going to for sure help with some of my soreness.
The other people are just going to be getting out here. In the shower.
Okay, we're back, RoughToBeBuffTV. We are at Newport Float Therapy today, and we are with
Ron Becker.
So Ron, tell me a little bit about float therapy.
So physical and mental, your brain kind of goes out. You go into a kind of a meditative state while you're in there, which is great because you feel like you've been unplugged and plugged back in after. When I leave here, I tell everyone it feels kind of like being a hippie. Like you don't care if somebody yells at you. You kind of over it. You're really calm. The physical thing is the reason I got into it. I had kidney stones, panic attacks, high blood pressure, and I didn't want to take drugs, so I started to, I found out that magnesium was the cause of, for sure, the kidney stones is a huge cause, and panic attacks. And so I started researching how magnesium, how do you get it in your body? The best way is through your skin. So when you're in there, it goes right in through your skin and your blood, starts dropping your blood pressure, and it's like a wonder drug. So I can't get enough. I have my kids soak their feet in it at night at home. So I'm a big fan of it, and I changed my diet too, so that helped.
Fantastic.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay. So who's float therapy for? Who would you recommend it for?
Oh, I've had 9-year-old kids. I've had a 90-year-old World War II veteran. That's a good thing. It's jiu-jitsu people, yoga people. You know, it's physical and mental. So you get a lot of people that like to meditate, but then you get really extreme sports people. So that's kind of the cool thing with it. It works for everybody. I mean, who doesn't want healthier cells? Yeah,
absolutely. So what are a few do's and don'ts going into float therapy?
The biggest one you get is when somebody's really excited about it, and before they go in, they've oversold themselves, and then they don't have a good session. The key is to go in with no expectations. Just say, okay, this is my first time. I'm just going to lay here, and just think about things for a while. And what happens to me after about 20 minutes is I start feeling like I'm going into a coma. It's kind of like I say, like I don't want to move my body at all. Like I'm like I've never been this still before. Yeah. This is weird. And then pretty soon you find yourself knocking off, and you go in and out of every 10 minutes. You kind of go into this wave where you're kind of coming to, and then you're going back, and you come to again. So that's the biggest don't, is just don't go in with any expectations.
Gotcha.
Those are the biggest disappointments.
I'm excited. Thank you so much, Ron.
Sure. All right, thanks. It's 8 feet by 4. So you're going to sit in the middle, lay back, head here by the door. If you're claustrophobic, keep the door cracked for a bit, and then just close it. Ideally, you want to close, because if it's open, you'll feel cool air coming in. The cell phone's off or down, so you don't hear them ringing.
Got it.
And then no bathing suits needed. Just shut the door, rinse off. Earplugs are more for water getting in your ears than for sound. Arms up when you float. When your arms are down, your shoulders are out of the water, and your neck's hanging.
For sure.
And your neck gets tired. This pushes your upper body deeper in the water.
Would you recommend putting your hands behind your head?
Some people do, yeah.
Okay.
I like them right here. This is a neck float made by a float company up in Canada. A lot of first-timers like. I don't use them because I'm used to it without it. Try not to touch your face, because the salt will kind of burn. Sure. So while you're floating, if your face gets itchy, barely touch it. I'll turn music on after 90 minutes to let you know when it's finished. 90 minutes, take your second shower. Use soap, because you're going to be covered in white magnesium salt after.
Got it.
Good to go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ron.
Sure.
Excited.
Yeah, have a go.
Okay, so we are inside of float therapy. I'm about to do a 90-minute session. I need to be completely declothed, so you guys are going to get a good view on me in my birthday suit. No, just kidding. So 90-minute session is going to start now, and I'll report back when I'm all done. Look forward to seeing you guys when I get back. Super chilled out. RoughToBeBuffTV. Okay, that was really interesting. Cool. Well, awesome. Well, Ron, thanks again, man. Have a good one. Take care.
Nice meeting you.
Did you like it?
It was amazing.
That was a trip, huh?
Yeah.
I wish I didn't snore so freaking loud.
I could not figure out where I was. I felt like I was like floating in like a circle. I kept seeing like these like palm trees just floating in a circle. So I felt like when I was inside of there, I was just floating in a circle the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I would put my arm over and I'm in the same spot that I was before. So it was hard to tell like where I was.
I feel really relaxed.
I kept seeing a bird.
I kept seeing colors. I was like, and I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, there's got to be light getting in here, but there was no light in there. And then I put my hand in front of my face. I'm like, I can't see my hand.
You saw colors?
Yeah, I kept seeing like purples and like pinks. Hi, baby kitty. We got done about 2.5, maybe 2 hours ago. I'm super chilled out. I was continually falling asleep. I lost track of time. Feels really cool to lay in fluid and be completely weightless. Basically like this, your hands are like this, and then sometimes I put my hands behind my head, and then sometimes I was reaching over my head. Continually kept falling asleep, and then I would snore and wake myself up because I'm a really loud snorer when I'm really relaxed, or even when I'm not really relaxed. I saw colors, these pink and purple like little tiny waves and streaks were coming across even though it's pitch black in there. Babe, what did you think? How was your experience?
So we did 90 minutes. The first 30 minutes my body was kind of achy. It took me a long time to get my mind to calm down to like reach a point of meditation. Basically the first 30 minutes was me just trying to like completely relax, and then after that I had no sense of space, no sense of time. I wasn't really sure if I was awake or not.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. You'd be laying there and you're like, man, am I sleeping? And you're not too sure if you're sleeping or not.
I don't even know how much time passed by.
Yeah.
I think I was sleeping is because I kept like imagining or seeing that I was like laying in like a pond in like this forest, and I was looking up at like the skyline and like all the trees.
So overall, it was a good experience. I would definitely do it again. The guy Ron, the manager at Float Therapy Newport, was super nice. He was really informative. He was just an honest, regular guy. It was a pretty good deal too. It was $49. If you do 2 people at the same time, it's $49 a person for 90 minutes. And I think it was good if you are looking to meditate. I think it was great if you're looking to calm the brain, experience life in general. I think it's really important to do those things to kind of expand your mind and expand your boundaries of what you think meditation and I think self-exploration is. So I would definitely do it again, without a doubt. Any last thoughts before we completely leave for today?
The after effects were probably my favorite part, because your body just feels really weightless as you're like walking around.
Yeah.
You don't really feel any pain. My favorite word right now is zen. Everything is very zen.
I kind of felt like it was like a yoga high as soon as I got out of the
more.
But yeah, and I felt like I couldn't even wake up. Like we went to lunch right now at Bear Flag Fish Company in Newport, and the whole time I just kind of felt kind of spacey. It kind of felt cloudy. I still kind of just feel like taking a nap. I feel really relaxed. I actually feel really good right now. Just in general, I feel really relaxed. My body was a little sore going in. I don't feel as sore. I'm still sore. It's not like it completely healed my soreness or anything, but I feel better. That's for sure. I farted inside. The tank, and the bubbles came up and kind of tickled my nuts. So that was cool. You're naked. You're completely naked.
But it doesn't feel like you're naked.
Does it not feel like you're not naked?
Because you don't feel anything.
Yeah, that's true. Because you're just laying there. You're literally the coolest thing I think was just like laying there and being completely like your body.
You can't feel your body after a while.
Your body isn't reliant on anything. You are just laying there. So I thought it was really cool. Hopefully you guys found this review useful, and go check out Newport Float Therapy. I would recommend it to anybody who's fighting anxiety, or if you're feeling depressed, or if you just want to explore and do something new and different, or if you're really into yoga or meditating or self-exploration or just trying new things. I would highly recommend it. It was totally worth the money. We're about to go hit the gym. It's arm day today. We got to go lift some weights. What are you working on, babe?
My zen.
She's gonna be working on zen, so she's just gonna be staring off into space. So hopefully you guys found this useful, and go check out Newport Float Therapy. RoughToBeBuffTV. I'm KG. I will see you guys next time. Peace.